Did he throw?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff. It's Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. Herbert on 3rd down now. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A shotgun snap for Herbert. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's got this down to the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot before the break and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And Mostert with a first down carry. Nice carry. Gets his way forward for a pickup of about 6 yards.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he gets it down to the 32.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Play action, now it's Lance. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Complete at the 1. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 82 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is down to 24. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Lance. He'll find Sermon out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Now a play fake. Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Lance going to throw. Flushed out right. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. Buying time to his left. Now the ball comes loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession. For them.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He was brought down by Michael Davis. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 25. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Open space inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to lay one up deep. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. On first down, Justin Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
First down and a little extra for Mostert. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Myers for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Forced out to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
A carry there for Mostert as he's able to work his way forward for a pretty good pickup on 1st down. Officially a gain of 5.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Throwing now is Lance.
Completes it to Samuel. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
169 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Gold to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Herbert. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Niners, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink it. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all goal, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me. I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse. Disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest could vouch. They thought I was done, but all that doubt. You gotta play my next around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't hearing my CD. Made it out of the trenches. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blowed all her budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty, nah, that ain't how we treat it.